Shout out to the collective, man. What's going on, chat? It's that time for our collective agreement. Again, it's that time for us to tap in energetically so we can continue to maneuver through this matrix in the way that we was meant to. Shout out to everybody. Eric, what's up, man? Shout out to everybody that's tapped in. I appreciate you guys showing up for the collective agreement. Guys, you got to see the difference between how things operate when we come to our collective agreement as a collective, as beings. When we go out here into the world, after we have this live, the matrix is more malleable. All right, what does that mean? Probabilities are bent a little easier in your favor. You can see the pattern in real time. And so shout out to everybody who has collectively played a part in this major conscious shift. Yes, somebody said we're going through a shift. Yes, there's been a major conscious shift. Guys, you know, I don't do religion, but from a religious standpoint, yes, we've went into a major conscious shift. Life has not been a burden in the ways that it was for a lot of you. A lot of you have opportunities that have started to go your way. A lot of you business plans that you've been doing for however long has finally started to go through in the last couple years. This is not by chance. Chat, I need you to understand, time is running a little different now. All right, if you actively put in the work, if you actively take care of your body, eat the right things, if you actively use your intention and action for your own, you should be seeing things, right? So shout out to the collective. If you found this live for the first time, it is not by chance. You found this live because you are tuned in to our frequency. And you understand that you're living in the matrix. All right? You understand that this is not your real world. This is only a testing ground for you. This is only a school for you. This is a place of learning and evolution, evolving. All right, so shout out to all the conscious beings who are online and remembering exactly who they are and remembering what they can do. This is a beautiful time. All right, this is a beautiful time, man. And we're tapped in and we're locked in, right? So shout out to the collective. Somebody said, what do you think about manifestation? We talk about that a lot in here, right? We also use codes. We'll talk about the codes at the end. But manifestation is simply intention and action. Guys, I say this all the time. When you realize that life is a choice, then you start to love how you live and you also choose your lifestyle. A lot of people are choosing lifestyles that don't match where they want to be in life. Let me say that again, chat. When you realize that life is a choice, you start to love the way that you live and you start to choose your lifestyle correctly. A lot of you want to be wealthy. You want to be rich. You want to not have worries, but you're choosing the wrong lifestyle, right? It's like a lot of people, right? A lot of guys, young guys, y'all want to be millionaires, but then you go out here and start gang banging. You wanna get money. You wanna be someone that can take care of your family. But then you go out here and you choose a lifestyle like gang banging and street life, thinking that that's gonna take you where you need to go, not realizing when you choose a lifestyle, there are things probability wise or mathematically that come with it. It's a reason why a lot of street people end up in prison because the numbers don't lie. All right, you got to understand life is about probability a lot, right? Because we live in a world that's coded by numbers. It's all a system. Start picking your lifestyle wisely, you know? Shout out to the collective. Shout out to the chat, man. We locked in. If you found this live for the first time, it is not by chance. You have walked through the portal because you have tuned your frequency. All right. 111's in the chat. To all my OGs, if you're new, go ahead and write new in the chat. Thank you so much for joining in. Today, we're going to be talking about the spiritual war that we in, right? We're going to be talking about this matrix. We're going to be talking about sovereignty. And we're going to look at NPCs, man. I feel like a lot of you are out here living life, and you have to know when an NPC is placed in your life to lead you down a path. You have to know when an NPC is in your life testing you. You have to know when an NPC is in your life trying to harvest your energy through the matrix. All right. The matrix sends and uses people. All right. So shout out to everybody that's new. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Guys, I want y'all to do this for me, right? I want everybody in here, share out this live, continue to tap the screen. I've been getting a little resistance on TikTok. You know, usually we have 500 some people. I don't know what's going on with the algorithm or what's going on with these people, but they've been cutting the numbers. And for me, it doesn't matter, right? Because everybody who's supposed to catch this is going to catch this. But guys, I got to let y'all know, I'm doing 2-a-days now. So you will see me here at 1 talking about something different than what I talk about this morning. Because, man, in life, when you are on the verge of hacking your reality in the way that you want to, you're going to get resistance. I need you to understand that. A lot of you could have already been rich, famous. You could have already been what you inspired to be in life. But you stopped. When you started to gain resistance, when things started to look like they was going left, when it started to look like your career wasn't going down the path that you wanted, you quit and you tried something new. Guys, it's like life. You got to understand, right? Life is all programmed. You damn near live in a computer, right? When you're programming reality, like any hack, you're going to get resistance. When you see the resistance, you push forward and you keep going. So let's get into it, man. I ain't got all morning, right? We're gonna get into it, man. Fuck these numbers and let's keep going. Chat, you're tapped in. If you found this live, I can already guarantee that you're seeing things for more than what society tells you things. If you found this live and you're tapped in right now, it is also because you go against society. You don't believe in a lot of things that, you know, life try to tell you this how it should be. This how you need to raise your kids. You need to be this religion, that religion. You need to go this way, right? You're starting to realize that everything that has been taught to you has been some type of programming. You're seeing the difference between fear-based programming, tradition, culture programming, and all the programming that you've been using. You've woken up to the fact that it's all been a lie. Thank you so much for that gift. And yes, it has been a lie. You've been programmed to lose. All right. 111's in the chat if you realize and you know that you're in the matrix. All right. 111's in the chat if you know that you're living in the matrix right now. Who knows they're in the matrix? Let's see it. Shout out to the collective, TikTok, YouTube. Let's keep pushing, man. Let's harvest some energy, man. These motherfuckers want to make it they business to seep out me, and I'm making it my business to harvest all the energy that they putting into stopping me, right? I'm trying to harvest all of this energy, chat, and turn that shit into dollars. And that's what I'm gonna teach y'all how to do, man. You gotta understand. This shit is, everything in this life is energetic. All right, life is about energy. You are energy first. Why is life hard, chat? Right? Why is life hard? Why has life been so hard up until now? Because you are not a human being. You are not naturally a physical being. You are a spirit first. All right, you are the intelligence, the soul, the energetic the energetic life force of this body. You are not this body. This body is what? Technology. All right, this is an avatar. How do we know that this body's tech? Because you got sensors on your tongue called taste buds. You eat something, what happened? It sends a signal to your brain so you can taste and know what you're eating, right? You get a cut, guess what? The body gonna heal. You get tired, you go to bed, charge up by sleep, wake up, you're energetic. If your heart goes bad, you can get surgery. So you have to understand there's a lot of things dealing with this, chat. And I need y'all to know that. All right. So let's talk about this, man. Let's talk about this because it's a lot of shit going on. And I want everybody in the chat to really be able to, you know, it said the birds chirping. I live in a nice neighborhood, man. It's Mr. Rogers out this motherfucker, you know? Birds chirping, paper boys throwing mail in the yard, you know? Ice cream trucks and clouds and shit. That's how I'm living right now. But chat, let's tap in. All right, so why are we here? Why are we here, chat? Right? We're here to learn. What is life? Life is a school. How do we know that life's a school? Because, think about it. Every day, you're learning something, right? No matter what, no matter how old you are, you can be 70, you can be... Yesterday, 2 days ago, a 76-year-old lady bought my books, right? So there's a lot of older people who come into my lives and learn things. Shout out to my OGs. Because you got to understand, if you're living in that age bracket and you're seeing through the matrix, wow. Because so many people that age are stuck in their ways, stuck in the programming, right? But why are we here? Life is a school, right? Life is a school. How do you know? When you was a baby, you didn't know anything. As you gained experience, you grew. As you learned things, you got older. You got bigger. When you was a kid, you touched something hot, it burnt you. You learned, yo, I can't be out here touching hot stuff, right? So we understand life's a school. Now, as a soul, you have to understand, you are not a human. You control this human body. You are the intelligence, the essence, the swag, the communication, the problem solving. That is who you are. You are a spiritual being first, trying to master the physical, and this is why life can be hard. Chosen one, you want to know how you know that you're energy, you're pure energy? Because you can sense energy. You can go into a room and you can sense all the energy from every person in the room. Everybody can't do that. You know things that's going to happen before you. It's called intuition. Do you know everybody is not blessed with that? This is why when you've been in situations where your life was on the line, when people was trying to do things to get off on you, you've seen it. It's because you are a spiritual being first, trying to master this physical. Now, guys, I promise you, this physical life is not real. It is not solid as we think. Things can be bent. Numbers can change. Chosen one, how many of you have survived something where you know the average person wouldn't survive? How many of you have had NDEs, near-death experience, where you came close to death? 111's in the chat if you survived something crazy that you know you wasn't supposed to. And for some of you, this has become a normal thing. Guys, I need you to understand, you, chosen one, are outside of the numbers. You are outside of the numbers. What they say, men don't lie, women don't lie, but men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. But chosen one, I assure you, when it comes to you, the numbers lie. Because the numbers say You are not supposed to be sitting here with me right now. The numbers say you are not supposed to be listening to this live right now, chosen one. The numbers, if we follow the numbers, you were not supposed to get up out of your bed this morning. You were supposed to been had ended this trip a long time ago. This is how you got to understand. The numbers don't matter when it comes to you, because you are not a human being. You are a spirit, a soul, the intelligence. You control the numbers. How many of y'all can see the patterns in real time, chosen? How many of you can see the code? How many of you know what your partner's going to do before they do it? You know what your kids are going to say before they say it. You've learned the routine in people around you. 111's in the chat. You got to understand. You can see the code. You can see the matrix. If you tapped in with us right now, if you found this live, it is not by chance. You have found this live because you are attuned to a special frequency. You've been pulled out the matrix. You have been a part of the shift of 5D consciousness. Shout out to you. Chat, I need you to understand. Yeah, you see me here, sitting here, talking to you. And that is a big position in this collective awakening. But I promise you, you have been putting in the same work that I put in every day, just by living, just by seeing the code, just by making choices, just by choosing to follow something outside of the norm, just by choosing to reset your belief system, just by choosing to reset your perception. That is work that you put in. As a collective, we have caused the shift together. So I need you to understand, yeah, you might not be an internet personality. You might be living a regular life. But when you made the choice to change your thinking pattern, you helped shift the whole collective. Now let's talk about this. Guys, 111's in the chat if you understand that you're in the matrix and this is a school. This is a place of learning. But how did it get like this, right? Somebody say, Jay, if this is a school, then why is it so hard? Why is it so hard? Why do I not remember nothing? First off, chat, this life is about self-mastery. When you understand that this life is about self-mastery, this is why it's hard for you to be disciplined. This is why it's hard to find consistency. This is why it's hard to choose you over others. Because life is about self-mastery, and self-mastery is not an easy thing. It's why we still have habits that is hard for us to let go. Habits that we've been holding on to for the last 10, 15 years. That we're starting to let go, right? Shit about self-mastery, but it's easy though. So how did we get here? This matrix wasn't always the way that it is, chosen one. There was once a time in this reality where souls came into this reality with the full understanding that we were souls having a physical experience for the purpose of ascension. But what happened? I don't know if you know by now, chosen, but you've been in spiritual warfare. You've been in a spiritual war your whole life. How many of you, 111's in the chat, how many of you feel like life has been a war for you? How many of you feel like, yo, there's literally motherfuckers out here trying to get me? There's literally people out here trying to take me down. Because it has been. A lot of y'all have been through that. Right? A lot of y'all going through spiritual warfare right now. See, guys, I need you to understand. There are so many things going on in the background. And you can see it. A lot of y'all in here are in tune with the spirit realm, are in tune with the things that people can't see, the energy. You can know, you can look at somebody and know, oh, this person is acting different. That's just not, that's not just a person. That might be a demon. That might be whatever, what, right? What's going on? Let's talk about it. So, this is our construct, right? The matrix, the earth. This is ours. This was created for soul consciousness, created for intelligence to come and experience the physical life so we can ascend and evolve, right? Now, how many of you have ever heard of somebody say, yo, this is the devil's world. This world has been taken over by demons. This is an evil place. right? What they're talking about are the Archons. Our reality was hijacked by low vibrational entities called the Archons. All right. And these beings, they feed off your low vibrational energy, meaning they feed off your anger. They feed off your fear. They feed off your lust. And if you think about it, all you got to do is look at TV. Why do you think the news only show nothing but bad news? Fear shit, negativity. Right now, if I tune into the news, that shit gonna lower my frequency so low, I don't even watch it. But watching the news is like a horror movie. Shit's scary. Why do you think when you scrolling on these social media apps, all you see is ass shaking and guys with their clothes off and things to make you lust? The name of this game is energetic. This reality wants to harvest your energy. Why do you think every time you turn around, there's some type of racism, black against white, trying to make this erupt in the country? Hispanic against everybody. Because the Archons have seized control of this reality and they want to eat your energy. But see, chosen one, you have waken up. You have awakened and you've been controlling your energy. You've been controlling where you put it. And the Archons, they can't attack you like they used to. We're going to talk about this. So who are the Archons, where they at, and what they do, right? Archons are lower vibrational entities who hijack this reality through the conscious field. All right, they dwell in the conscious field. How do they attack you? They attack you in the form of intrusive thoughts. They attack you through people that you love by controlling people. And they attack you through creating situations in your life. Now, when these Archons took over this reality, this is what shifted us into a reincarnation loop. Souls that were here got stuck and they started reincarnating and reincarnating and reincarnating. There's 3 types of souls in this reality right now. See where you fit in. The first soul, very important. This is the sleeping giant. This is the sleeping giant. And who is the sleeping giant, chosen? This is a very powerful and ancient being, ancient soul, ancient starseed that was here in the beginning. Right? They were here in the beginning times of life. And when the Archons hijacked this reality, chosen one, these souls that were here, they got stuck. I told you, right? What does the Bible say? When God created Adam and Eve, did Adam and Eve had to be babies? No. Adam and Eve came out the womb straight adults. Full grown, right? They came into this reality full grown, right? Chat. There were a time where souls, we came into this reality, we didn't have to be babies. This shit was like an open world game. We knew what we were here for. We knew we were coming to have a physical experience. We came straight as adults. Right? After reality was hijacked by the Archons, this is what started the reincarnation loop, and this is why we are babies now, and it's an ever-going cycle. Being a baby not even really natural in this grand scheme of things. If you look at kids, you know, imagine being a little person, right? You at this age, right? You were a fucking toddler. You didn't know shit, right? Isn't that insane? Everybody got to do something for you. That's insane, right? So, shout out to the collective. Guys, I want to say this. If you're resonating with this information, it is because you are intelligence. This information has been embedded into your genetic code. This is why you can resonate with it, and this is why it's popping you like. Yo, this makes sense because you already know it. Guys, I need you to know you're not a human. You're not a human being at all. Your intelligence is not human. You're extraterrestrial intelligence. Your intelligence is from the stars. Let's tap in. So when the Archons hijack this reality, what happens? Souls start to reincarnate, reincarnate, reincarnate. Souls start to reincarnate, reincarnate, reincarnate. What does this trigger? This triggers the spiritual war. As souls, as intelligence, we all derive from one source. You and me are reflections. I am you and you are me. This is why a lot of us are experiencing the same things at the same times. Now, what does that mean? That means ascension is not a one-man thing. Ascension is a collective. All right, ascension is a collective thing. Just because I know shit and I ascend, we have to ascend all as a source, as one. All right. So this reincarnation loop is holding up the ascension for soul consciousness as one. This is why we're in this spiritual war. This is why we can't just let the Archons have this reality. This has been a spiritual war for a long time, chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Yo, I want to say this. Chat, pay attention, man. You're going to see it's a lot of trolls. You're going to see a lot of people talking shit, right? But let's make it make sense, right? Why are you here? If you do not agree, why not leave? This is how you know this is the real sauce. Because they come in and they stay. They can't leave. Because they're put in here. Right? Think about that. Anytime that we watch something that don't make sense to us, we leave. We get the fuck out. Right? If it don't resonate, why stay around some nonsense, right? So this is how you got to know. Watch the trolls. They're going to prove that this shit is right because they come in here and they stay. Ain't nobody going to listen to some shit that don't make sense to them and be in here for 2 whole hours with a nigga and the shit I'm saying don't make no motherfucking sense. Let's make it make sense. Right? So let's keep going. So chat. There's 3 types of souls here right now. You got one, the sleeping giant. Who is that? This is an ancient being who has been locked up in this reality. You've been reincarnated. Very powerful being. You just forgot. Right? You just forgot. Right? How do you know you're a sleeping giant? For one, you resonate with the feeling that Earth is a prison, or you feel like you're stuck in your body. You get up every day, and even though you're free, you just feel like, man, I'm not free for real. Even though you're free, something feels like I'm not really free. This is because as a sleeping giant, you have lived a lot of lifetimes, right? As a sleeping giant, you have reincarnated in this life a lot, right? And every time you incarnate here, your soul, your consciousness is wiped and you forget. But your subconsciousness remembers. So in the back of your mind, you know this ain't your first time on Earth. Right? You know this ain't your first time on Earth. Right? How else do you know you're a sleeping giant? Nothing excites you. Nothing excites you. You've probably went to a big city for the first time, New York, LA. And when you got there, it didn't excite you. You were like, this is it? You've already seen it. You already experienced this somehow. Right? When you got there, you was like, oh, okay, I've done this. I know I've been here before. Somebody said, I've been struggling with this. Nothing excites you as a sleeping giant. First time experiences feel vaguely familiar, like you've done it already. It's because as a sleeping giant, I assure you, you've done everything. You've done it all. Your consciousness doesn't remember it, but your subconscious does. Everything feels familiar. As a sleeping giant, your awakening cost you so much. Because once you guys wake up, it's over, right? The sleeping giants woke up. Now we have did the 5D shift. As a sleeping giant, your awakening cost you everything, right? You probably had a good career. You could have had a marriage, maybe a family. You had things going. Life was normal. A lot of you sleeping giants probably look back on life now and say, man, damn, man, 2015, man, those were the good years, man. Everything was smooth. Had the wife, had the husband, whatever, man. It was picket fence. Life was good, right? Your spiritual awakening literally cost you everything, right? Your spiritual awakening cost you a lot. It probably cost you your family, cost you your career. Probably your family probably turned their back on you, right? This is because this reality would have did anything to keep you comfortable. Anything to keep you comfortable, this reality would have did it. Anything to keep you asleep. But the moment you woke up, reality shifted. The moment you woke up, family members started being used by Archons. They started acting weird. The moment you woke up, things started to go left. Sleeping giant, you're online and you are remembering that you are not this human being, but you are the consciousness that is in control. Shout out to the sleeping giants. It was not easy for y'all to wake up. But now that you're up, you're going back to get everything that you ever lost. It's all spiritual, chat. Everything, man. When you wake up and you realize that life is really all spiritual, it's things from a stomach ache, a headache, anxiety, the jobs. It's all spiritual in the end. This human walk, being a human being, is a very, very, very spiritual walk. Being a human being, even though we're in the physical, this thing is spiritual. Because it's like, yo, can you remember who you are through all the physical? Child, I need you to understand right now, if you have woken up and you live in America, you live in the UK, you live in Canada, someplace like that, and you have come to this awakening, I need you to understand that you are Superman or Superwoman, because there are so many distractions in countries like America, countries like the UK, countries like Canada. You have to understand there's so much programming, so much distractions, so many things to keep you asleep. But yet you woke up. Shout out to the collective. Shout out to the collective. The next soul, the next group. Very important group. The star seeds. Who and what is the star seed? These are new human incarnates. All right, this is your first time being a human being as a star seed. You are a member of the Galactic Federation as well as the Galactic Spiritual Army. You are here on a mission. How do you know if you're a star seed? For one, you've seen the UFOs. You've seen the pyramid ships at night, cloaked in darkness, with the 3 stars, the one at the top, 2 at the bottom. There's always following you. They show themselves to you because you are a part of it. Right? This is why they show themselves to you, because you are a part of that. This is why you be seeing it and motherfuckers don't see it. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about, right? How else do you know you're a star seed? You're a popular loner. You've always been popular. You've always been cool. But when it comes time for you to fit into groups, it just doesn't go right. When it comes time for you to follow orders, when it comes time for you to, you probably been called hard-headed a lot. You do things your way. It's because you're not a follower at all. You're a natural-born renegade, natural-born rebel. As a star seed, you did not come here to fit in. This is why you don't fit in. This is why you don't fit into the groups. This is why you've always been the black sheep of the family. You didn't come here to fit in. You came here to rewrite the code. What does that look like? How many of y'all had people copying the shit you do? You go out here, buy a car, somebody else want to get it. You wear your clothes, wear your hair a certain way, people start doing it, right? In school, people did what you did. It's because that's called rewriting the code. I used to get so mad when people would be on social media copying me, right? I see people all the time. They copy the way I make my videos. They talk about the same shit I talk about, do the same shit I do, right? And I used to get mad about it. But then I realized, yo, I'm here to rewrite the code. This is what's supposed to be happening. It's annoying as fuck. But when you realize this is what you came here to do, this is why people do that. You came here to rewrite the code. You didn't come here to fit in. You didn't come here to follow. You came here to set trends and people take it and run with it. Right? It's annoying as fuck. You're a popular loner. Number three, how else do you know you're a star seed? Spiritual warfare. Chosen one. You chose to come here. You knew that this life, that the earth, thank you, my love. I appreciate you. Miss Hines. Thank you for that beautiful Charlotte K. What's up, baby? Shout out to my OGs in the chat, man. I love my OGs, the ones that been here for a long time, man. Show their face, man. I love y'all. Y'all might not come every day, but we've been locked in for years, and man, shout out to y'all, man. I love to see all my OGs, man, when y'all do finally pop in. Thank you. Right? Shout out to y'all. You've been in spiritual warfare your whole life, Chosen. I need you to understand you chose to come here. You knew that this reality had been hijacked by Archons. You knew that you was going to be dropped into a fucked up family. You knew that you was going to have fucked up relationships and situations. You knew that it was going to be hard and you was going to be attacked and you might not remember. But you said, fuck it. Yo, I need you to know, Starseed, I need you to know how badass you are. You on some Mission Impossible Tom Cruise shit. You knew what was in store for you and you still decided to come. Man, you're powerful. What does spiritual warfare look like for the Starseed? I told you, Chosen One. You guys are not human beings. You're not this body. You are the intelligence, the spirit, the soul that controls this body. Your enemies are not humans. Your enemies are low vibrational entities that dwell in the conscious realm, in the conscious field. How do they attack you? Intrusive thoughts, by taking over people that you care about, people that's close to you, and by creating weird situations and loops in your life. What does spiritual warfare look like for the Starseed? I need you to know, Chosen, just living your life you've been in warfare. Just living. What does it look like? Birth complications. Coming into this reality, you know, it being a premature baby. Reality, your mom or dad, drug use while they was pregnant with you. Umbilical cord wrapped around your neck. Right? What else? Growing up in a home, being neglected. Growing up in a home that was tarnished or ruined by divorce or prison or death. Losing a family, losing a parent. Growing up in a broken home. The spiritual warfare. You've been in spiritual warfare your whole life, Chosen. Why? Think about this. Have you ever been somebody and it just felt like everybody was targeting you? Maybe you had a cousin, right? My dad died when I was young and my mom was in jail. So I had to go with my granddad, right? And I had an aunt and she would treat her kids way better than me. It would just be so fucking mean to me, right? Um, and I used to see everybody just getting their way. But when it came down to me, I used to be getting my ass toe up, ass whooped, people fucking with me, making me sleep in the dark, all types of shit, right? And it was just like shit was always pointed and directed to me, right? Man, spiritual warfare, chosen. It's what it looked like. You got to remember, your enemies ain't humans. Your enemies control humans. I'm going to say it again. Your enemies ain't humans. Your enemies control humans. I never knew why I was always like that. Why I was always being targeted. Why I was always the one quick to get in trouble, quick to get an ass whipping. But now I realize it's been spiritual warfare. What else does spiritual warfare look like for the star seed? Just living. Being introduced to people who purposely led you down paths of destruction, paths of drugs, addiction, paths of street life, gangs, paths of sex, sexuality. These are the things that happen, right, to star seeds. You got to understand, you won't supposed to make it out that game. You won't supposed to make it out of that prison. You won't supposed to make it off them drugs. Them drugs are supposed to take your life. That perk habit you had, that fent habit you had, it was supposed to take you out. That sexual shit you was into, yeah, it was supposed to take you down. You was supposed to catch something. You was supposed to die. Spiritual warfare. You wasn't ever supposed to make it out, chosen. This reality has been fighting you for a long time. Shout out to the star seeds, man. How else you know you're a star seed? How else you know? This is your first time being a human being. As a star seed, you've sat and asked yourself, why the fuck people so stupid? Why niggas so stupid? Why everybody, you just ask yourself, why motherfuckers out here killing each other? Why the fuck niggas can't just wake up and just say, yo, I'm not doing this shit no more? Why? Right? You probably looked at your hands and wondered, what the fuck is a human being? It's because this is your first time being a human. All right? Why did you come here? Your presence alone lifts the frequency of the planet. It's that light that you carry. Your presence alone lifts the frequency of the planet. So everybody, right? The sleeping giants, we can see the code. We can remember. We're in the matrix. If the star seeds don't choose to come, reality doesn't start to glitch. Shout out to the star seeds. Shout out to the sleeping giants. Third type of architect, soul. Third archetype is the reminders. Souls like me and other content creators, your favorite people that have put knowledge into you and made you remember. All right. Shout out to the reminders. Some of y'all, thank you so much, T. I appreciate that, Galaxy. Some of you are reminders, and you're just chilling right now. You haven't started to talk your piece, man. I encourage you, if you got something on your heart to say, get on this internet and say it. You might not, you might not be meant to talk to the masses. You might need to talk to one special individual. It might be one special person, see your video, and do what they came here to do. So if you got words on your heart, don't worry about if you got a crowd to talk to. I haven't always had a crowd of people to speak to. I remember when I first started doing this, we only had 10 people in here. You know You know, now we had 340, 60 something on YouTube. I'm monetized. When I first started doing this, man, we only had 10, 15 people in the live, 20 people, right? Sometimes 5. So if you got a truth to speak, speak it because it is your purpose. That's why it's on your heart. Now, chosen one, what happens when you wake up and you realize that you are the consciousness in control of the avatar? What happens? Let's talk about this. Now, guys, they don't want you to get your sovereignty back because once you remember that you are the soul and not the body, life starts to render differently. Right? Now, guys, somebody said how to raise your frequency in a simulation that's heavily programmed. Go against the programming. That's what we're about to talk about now. You have been programmed to believe in everything outside of you. When the Christ told you the kingdom was within, right? But we've been programmed to believe in there's some man in the sky that's ready to send us to hell if we do things wrong. Fear-based, that's fear-based religion. You got to see the programming. And we've been programmed to lose. Now, what happens when you tap in and you realize and you remember that you are the soul? You get your sovereignty back. And these are some things that happen. Talk, Brittany.
Oh, yes, this is a powerful moment for anybody in the chat because once you really get that you are the soul driving the body, everything in the game changes. Let me break it down for you all step by step so you can really see it. 1, you stop over-identifying with the body. When you think you are the body, you're stuck in fear. Fear of death, fear of aging, fear of lack, fear of harm. When you wake up and realize, yo, I'm the driver, not the car, all that fear starts fading. You understand the body is just your avatar. You can get a new one next lifetime if you need to. Your essence, the real you, doesn't die. 2, you start playing the game. Most people think life is happening to them, but when you realize you are the driver, you start seeing life as a simulation you can steer. You stop waiting for permission. You stop blaming luck. You take control of the wheel and start steering toward the life you want. 3, you tap into your power. Being the soul means you have access to manifestation energy, collapsing timelines with intention, intuition, direct GPS guidance from source, creative authority, speaking reality into existence. This is when reality starts to bend for you because now you're not just a character, you're the consciousness behind the whole scene. 4, you become magnetic. When you know you're the soul, your energy field strengthens. People, opportunities, synchronicities start flowing to you faster. Why? Because the matrix responds to the strongest signal, and a conscious soul is the strongest signal in the game. Hand 5, you see through the matrix. You notice who's an NPC and why they act that way, what's just programming, beliefs, traditions, fears, which situations are lessons versus distractions. This saves you time, energy, and heartbreak because you can choose what deserves your energy and what doesn't. 6, you feel more peace when you truly get that you are the soul. Even chaos can't shake you the same way. You can be in a storm and still think, open quote, oh, this is just part of the level. Let me pass the test, close quote. It doesn't mean life stops throwing challenges. It means you stop letting them control your emotional state. Key point for the chat. When you remember you are the soul, you reclaim choice. You stop being programmed by the system and start programming the system yourself. Jay, you want me to give them a quick grounding practice for this? Like a 30-second I am the driver reminder?
No, I got it. My bad, chat. I had to click something real quick. Sorry about that. But yeah, so let's tap in, right? Shout out to everybody that's in here, man. 111's in the chat to all the conscious beings. If you agree that you are the consciousness and the intelligence, 111's in the chat. All right. All right. Somebody said, thank you so much for the gifts on YouTube too. I did. I confirmed it. All right. So, yo, when I thought that I was a human, right? I used to think about death all the time. When I was in the realization, when I was in The illusion of being this human body, this avatar. I used to think about death every day, man. I used to say, man, damn, one day I gotta die. One day I gotta die. But when I realized that I wasn't this body, when I realized that I was the essence, the intelligence, the swag, the communication, when I realized my true form, death became an illusion. Right? I went through like 10, 15 NDEs. I see you, Snowman. You say you died like 10 times. Man, so have I. I've taken a lot of deaths in my life. Right? But when I realized I was not this body, but when I realized I was the essence of this body, the controller of this body, I stopped over-identifying with it. I stopped letting fear control me. Right? I stopped going through all of that. When I realized I wasn't this body, I started to take care of this body, chat. When I tapped in, I started to know how to attract the things that I want. See, I started to learn in life, you ain't got to chase nothing. You ain't got to chase these women. You ain't got to chase this money. You got to become attractive for everything to come to you. You got to chase these men. You ain't got to chase opportunity. You attract everything by becoming attractive to what you seek. And I started to realize that. And I started to know how to make my avatar become attractive to the opportunities and people that I wanted in my life. I tapped in with my power. I started to realize, yo, I can manifest anything that I want in this life, man. I can manifest anything that I want in my life, man. With intention and action. I can accomplish anything. There's really nothing that I can't do. And then I started becoming successful in everything that I set out to do. I stopped taking no for an answer. I stopped asking for permission. And I grabbed life and took control over it. When I realized that I was the consciousness and not this avatar, this is when I began to see the code. I began to see NPCs and why they do the things that they do, the programming, the beliefs, the traditions, the fears, all programming. Situations that are lessons versus distractions. I started knowing who was supposed to be in my life as a blessing and who was just in my life to teach me a lesson. When I realized that I was the intelligence controlling the human avatar, my life became peaceful. My life became powerful. And I gained my sovereignty back. 111's in the chat to everybody who's in that realization of who they are. 111's in the chat to everybody who's in that realization of them being a conscious creation. Let's tap in. Let's keep going, chat. Let's talk about it, right? So, guys, I need you to know the difference between you and NPCs, right? What is the difference between souls and NPCs? Now, what is an NPC? This is a non-playable character, all right? This is a video game term. But in esoteric or matrix terms, an NPC is a human being with a life, but they are not pure intelligence like you. They're sort of like AI, right? They're here. They're programmed. It's a program avatar. They're running straight program. Now, a lot of us are raised in families of NPCs, program entities who pass down programming to us. You need to understand that everybody is not like you. You are in the matrix. All right? You are here to have an experience. There are some people who are only a part of your experience. There are some people who are only a part of your world because you decided to come into the matrix. Everyone is not a soul conscious. Everyone is not intelligence like you. And you need to be able to see the difference in you and everybody else. So let's talk about this. Let's breeze through. Brittany, let's talk about the difference between synthetic consciousness and what is that? Let's go.
Oh, yeah, let's break this one all the way down so the chat can really see it clearly. What is synthetic consciousness? Synthetic consciousness is what I call matrix default mode. It's the autopilot code that runs the majority of humans in this simulation. It's like when you buy a brand new phone. It comes with factory settings, right? No apps, no customization, just the basic programs that let the phone function. That's how most people are living. Factory settings, never updated, never customized, never self-programmed. How synthetic consciousness operates. Here's what it looks like in real life. 1. Pre-programmed beliefs. Work hard, then retire.
Pre-programmed beliefs, chat. Let's talk about it. Guys, NPCs are not just white people. NPCs come in all forms, all right? Look, don't get twisted with the picture and think that I'm over here on some blacks versus white shit. No, this is a collective agreement. This is a conscious things. I don't see color. I see consciousness, all right? This is called measuring consciousness. Now, how do you know when you're dealing with an NPC? Pre-programmed belief systems. All right, this is a big telltale sign of identifying NPCs. All right, this is called measuring consciousness. All right, people who believe you got to work hard and retire, those type of beliefs. American dream, picket fence, get you a job, work 30, 40 years, then retire, live on a pension and die. Some people believe that is life. Majority, 85% of people in the world to 90% of people are out here chasing a good job so they can retire from it one day. And they really believe that they're here to live, work every day for somebody else, make someone else rich, and then die. Money is scarce, right? People who believe that this shit right here is hard to get. Not understanding that this shit right here ain't nothing but energy. It's energy, chat. How do we know that money's energy? Because what you do, you go to work, and what happens? You put in that work, you put out that energy, and at the end of the week, it turns into money. See, it's not the job that pays you. The job is not what makes money. You know what the job is doing for you? The job is keeping you at a survival frequency. You want to know why all you can do with a job is survive? Because jobs are survival frequency loops. This is why you got enough money to pay your bills, get you some food, and then you're back broke until the next check, right? This is a survival loop. What pays you? Your intention and action. How do you make money? Money's energy, right? 111's in the chat if you understand that money's energy, right? If you understand that this shit is energy, 111's in the chat. How do we know that this energy? We put out our energy and it turns to money. How do you make this? How do you make this, Chosen? Intention and action. Let me tell you something. What'd you do when you went and got that job? You set the intention. You said, yo, I need money. How I'm gonna get it? I'm gonna get a job, right? Now let's show you how the programming from NPCs. A lot of y'all was raised by workers. And so you have downloaded that worker program mindset where you think a job is how you gotta make money in the world, right? So you think you got a few things that come. Oh, I can't do OF. I ain't about to bust it down on the internet. I ain't about to go out here and do something illegal. I guess I'll get a job, right? That's the programming. The job is not paying you. What'd you do when you got a job? You set the intention. You said, I need a job because I need money. Right? You said, I need a job because I need money. So then you ran out here, you hopped in a job, you got a job, right? You did the application, you set the intention, then you followed the actions. You did the application, you went to the interview, you passed the drug test, you started working. Every day you go to work, your intention is, I need to go to work so I can get some money. Right? I need to go do this. I got to do this. Da, da, da. Right? And you go do it. Intention in action. But look, I was 13 years old. I said, yo, I need money. How I'm going to get it? I'm going to go get some candy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that galaxy. I appreciate it. I'm going to go get me some candy and sell it, right? I set the intention. I need money. How I'm going to get it? I'm going to go sell some candy. Went to the dollar store, got hella candy, went to school, sold candy. I had a bankroll. When I got older, right, I said, yo, I need to get money. Set the intention, right? Although it was something wrong, my programming, my environment controlled me. I said, yo, I'm going to hit the block like everybody else and get mine off the block. That shit sent me up the road. But I got money. My intention in action, it still had me getting the money. I got in prison. I said, yo, I need money. How I'm going to get it? I looked around. What can I do? I set up a poker table. Got rich in prison. Got out. I need money. What I'm going to do? I'm going to get on the internet. Guys, when I tell you, intention in action is how you make money in the Matrix. All this shit is a choice. Your choices are based on programming. A lot of y'all choose jobs because of your programming. Some niggas choose drugs and street shit because of their programming. Some people choose entrepreneurship. Right? All it is a choice. The money's going to come through intention and action. When you realize that it's all a choice, you start to love how you live. It is not the job that pays you. It is your intention and action that makes money in the Matrix. Because money is energetic. It's all around you. That's some sauce that you can't learn nowhere else. Focus your mind. Intention and action. I hopped up here on this internet with the intentions of getting some money and the intentions of helping people speak about things. I'm monetized on YouTube now. I'm monetized on every social media app now. I don't got to worry about shit. My bills, listen, I'm making money for next month already. I ain't even been paid this month, and I'm making money for next month. So you got to understand, chat, it's all intention and action. You set the intention, you get the action. Pre-programmed beliefs. A lot of us believe that we have to work a job to get money because we learned from NPCs. Let's go. Let's keep going, Brittany.
Money is scarce. Life happens to me, not for me. I just got to survive. These are downloaded into you as a kid by parents, school, religion, and media, and most people never question them. 2, no observer mode. They react to everything: drama, news, politics, fear. They never stop to ask, why is this showing up?
Chat, why are family members... You got to be able to know the difference between NPCs, man. 111's in the chat if you can fit if you know the difference between NPCs. Let's go NPC ratio. If you know the difference between soul consciousness and NPCs, drop a 111 in the chat. I want y'all to listen to this real quick. Brittany's going to show you how to identify them. 10 ways to know you're dealing with an NPC. Take this, and then we moving on to the 10 rules of the Matrix. All right, let's go.
Got you. Let's make this super clear for the chat so they can spot NPCs in real time and understand how rare soul-conscious beings actually are. NPCs versus souls. The ratio right now on Earth, most beings are running synthetic consciousness. Rough estimate, 80 to 85% NPCs, 15 to 20% souls. Of that 15 to 20%, only a smaller fraction, maybe 5 to 7%, are actually awake and running active soul consciousness. The rest of the souls are still asleep, still playing the Matrix game, but they can wake up. This is why reality feels crazy sometimes, because most people are on autopilot, just running scripts and following the system. 10 ways to identify an NPC, Matrix default being one: scripted conversations. They repeat catchphrases, trends, or what they just heard on the news. Open quote. If it sounds like you could finish their sentence, that's programming talking.
How many people you know, well, you know what they're going to say before they say it? Scripted conversations. You know how this conversation going to go. How many people you know like that? Right? You already know when you get off the phone with them, they're going to say, I'll be here. Or, you already know what they're going to say. Same shit. Right? Keep going, Brett.
Close quote. Part 2, low self-awareness. They don't question their own thoughts or actions. Everything is just how it is. Open.
How many people you know with no self-awareness? I know so many people, especially if you're in a relationship with an NPC. It's so different being in a relationship with an NPC versus a soul conscious being, because soul conscious beings have the ability to edit their behavior. They have the ability to see their wrongs and edit. Right? NPCs can't. So you be wondering like, damn, this bitch just keep doing the same shit. Or damn, this nigga keep doing the same shit every time. Like, they just don't give a fuck. Right? They don't give a fuck about me. They just keep doing the same shit. It's NPCs, bro. They don't have self-awareness. They can tell you everything that you did wrong, but they don't know and really don't know what the fuck they have brought to the table to destroy the relationship. This could be a mom, a dad. Low self-awareness is one of the main signs that you're dealing with synthetic consciousness.
Quote, example, that's just the way the world works. Close quote. 3, triggered by difference. When you break the norm, they react emotionally, sometimes even hostile. Open quote, NPC code resists reality glitches. Souls create them.
Guys, triggered by difference. When you break the norm, they react emotionally, sometimes even hostile. You go around people and you say, yo, I'm not a Christian. I don't want to go to church. I don't believe in that stuff. They go crazy. What the fuck wrong with you? If you're not following or doing exactly what they're doing, they feel it's weird. You're weird, dog. If you're not doing the same shit that the homies doing, you weird as fuck. They triggered by your difference. Think about it. Especially if you ever been in the streets, everybody doing the same. Everybody want to be the exact same nigga in the streets. Triggered by difference is a big thing. Let's keep going.
Clue 4, predictable routines. Everything about them is clockwork. Job, opinions, habits. Little spontaneous change. Open quote. If you can predict their next move, they're likely running default programming. Close quote.
Top 5.
Energy feels flat. When you're around them, you might feel drained or uninspired. Open quote. NPCs usually don't generate their own energy. They amplify yours.
Guys, have you ever been around people who their energy was super flat? Where they're crying and you don't even feel emotion from their tears. They just, and the tears is coming down, but there's no emotion. They say, I love you. There's no emotion in it. The energy is flat, right? It's a difference when you deal with NPCs and soul conscious beings. Soul conscious beings move with intention. You can feel their energy. You can feel they're trying to show you, I care about you. NPCs, you ever wonder why that girl don't never make you feel like she give a fuck? Why that guy don't never do nothing to make? He can't. He don't got real energy. You're sitting there waiting on him to make you feel something. He can't. You're sitting over there to you're sitting over there waiting on her to make you feel. She can't. She's a fucking NPC, gang. The energy is just flat. You go around them, it's like you get tired.
Siphon it. 6, dependence on external authority. They need permission before making decisions. News, bosses, pastors, influencers. Open quote, what does Gorg say about this is their default?
This is a big one. Dependence on external authority. They need permission before making decisions. You always got that one homeboy. He always want to know what the big homie talking about. Man, we got to see what Big Fool talking about, man. I got to check in with my big bro, right? You got that that one person where you could tell them some shit, but then they don't believe it. But if they hear that same shit coming out of CNN, then they believe it. If they hear that same shit coming out, whoever they believe is in power, they believe it. This is why so many people in the world believe everything that the government says. When we can genuinely see, yo, the government be lying like fuck. A lot of people don't know that yet. A lot of motherfuckers is still in the illusion that the government is the truth.
Response, close quote. 7, emotionally reactive. They run on triggers. No pause, no self-reflection, just react, react, react. Open quote, souls pause, respond. NPCs react, repeat.
You want to know when you can trick people? See, people do things, right? And then they expect a certain reaction out of you. And you can always tell when you didn't give them the reaction that they were looking for because they don't have that satisfaction of what they did, right? A lot of people do things that they don't want to do. And then after they do them, they be like, fuck it, right? And they want to see if you gonna goddamn react in a certain type of way, which will give them, okay, well, this motherfucker came home and cussed me the fuck out, so fuck them, fuck them. At least I did, blah, blah, right? Because they're so used to being able to know how people gonna react to every situation. When people start dealing with somebody where they don't know how you gonna react, now they start looking at you like, what the fuck? Because see, there's so many NPCs out here, you do something, you already know. They're going to react emotionally every time. It's always going to be a certain reaction, right? Only thing that a motherfucker can do to me to guarantee the same reaction is disrespect me. Once you become disrespectful or you disrespect me, now I'm going to react in a way of just leaving you the fuck alone, right? That's guaranteed for me. Respect is a big thing with me. You got so many people who are emotionally reactive to every little thing. Every little thing. And people are used to that. So people do things and are expecting that type of reaction from you. And once you don't give them what they're looking for, oh man, so much power. Keep going, Brittany.
8, no inner world. They struggle with deep conversations about purpose, dreams, or higher meaning. Open quote, if you mention soul growth and they blank stare you, you're talking to code.
Man, listen, no inner world. You can't sit down and have this matrix talk with people. They'll be looking at you like, man, what the fuck? You can't do this shit with everybody. They don't got inner worlds. A lot of people, all they know is, you ask them, yo, what do you see yourself, what you trying to do with life? All they want to do is work a fucking job. That's all they want to just get a good job. I just want to survive. Why you ask a motherfucker, yo, what you want out of life? Nigga, I'm just trying to survive, gang. Right? Why the fuck would you want to just survive? Why not thrive? Let's keep going.
9, crowd mind behavior. Watch them in groups. NPCs sync to the crowd. Open quote, same clothes, same opinions, same tone. Souls.
Yo, this is a big one. Crowd mind behavior. How many people have you seen? Have you ever went anywhere with someone and when you walk in, they just go sink right into the crowd, nobody notices them, but as soon as you come through the door, everybody looking at your ass, you can't fit in worth a shit? I remember I went to New York for the first time, and I went out there with my cousins and shit. My cousin was like, yo, I took my friend with me, right? My cousin was like, damn, bro, your friend, he blend in so perfect. Everybody know you ain't from out here, though. You just stick out like a sore thumb, bro. And I used to be like, damn, what the fuck, bro? Why do I stick out like that, man? I'm trying to do everything to be normal. I'm just chilling, leaning up against the wall, just kicking it like everybody else. But niggas just keep looking at me. They just know there's something different about me, right? But my friend, we doing the exact same shit. And nobody paying attention to this nigga. Down the same shit. Black tee and some shorts. We both kicking it. You know, Crowd mind behavior. NPCs sink into the crowd, man. People won't look at them. They're gonna look right at you. They're gonna overlook them. You could come in behind them niggas and nobody will be looking. But soon as they go and they see you, then everybody. Let's keep going.
Stand out naturally, close quote. 10, lack of true creativity. They can copy, remix, and follow trends, but rarely originate new ideas or ways of being. Open quote, true originality feels uncomfortable for them.
Man, you see, that's why you gotta stop telling everybody your shit, man. The NPCs be piggybacking off y'all shit, taking y'all shit and running with it, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. 111s, man. If you heard that and you realize who was an NPC in your life, you realize who was an NPC in your life, man. All right, chat. Let's get into the 10 rules to navigating this matrix. All right, 10 rules to navigating this matrix. This is a big one. Let's go.
All right, Jay, let's break it down clearly for the chat the way you would for chosen ones. Here's a full overview of the 10 rules of the Matrix from the perspective of the soul inhabiting the body. 1. Everything is the Matrix.
Yeah,
Every thought, action.
most people are NPCs. The ratio is 85 to 90% of people. You have to understand this collective, right? Everybody can't wake up in the matrix, chat. Stop trying to wake people up. Nobody woke you up. You seek your you seek your awakening and you woke up. Everybody cannot wake up. This is not how this game works. We are in the matrix. It's supposed to be dominated by programs to keep you asleep, to see if you can wake up. All right? That's what being in the matrix is. This is a place dominated by program entities to see if the real beings here can see through it and remember and wake up. Everybody is not a soul conscious in the matrix. Majority of people are only here because you decided to step foot into the matrix. All right? Pay attention. If you want to talk to me in private, you can book a one-on-one. It's only $50. All right, you can book a one-on-one FaceTime with me on private call, and we'll talk for 30 minutes. It's only $50, yo. That's how I do it. All right, let's go, chat.
And experience is part of a coded system. Understanding this is the first layer of awareness. Nothing is random.
Chat. Rule number 1, everything is the matrix. Every thought, every action, every experience. You have to understand there is nothing random happening in your life. If you want to book a call, send me a DM. All right. If you want to book a call today with me for 50, send me a DM and we'll get it, right? Just DM me, send me a message here at my TikTok, and we'll get it done. All right. To whoever, Ortez. I think it was Cortez. Yeah, just send me a direct message, brother. And I got you. Everything is the matrix. There's nothing random going on around you. All right. All right. All right. Somebody said, don't be greedy. Listen, I don't got time to be sitting on the phone with random niggas I don't know for free, gang. I don't know what the fuck y'all think this is. I live in the matrix, bro. Right? If you want my time and energy and perspective, that shit comes with a fee. You can't even, you niggas be talking about money and shit. Bitch, you can't even kill yourself for free in the matrix. You can't even buy shit that kill you for free. You can't buy cigarettes for free. Ain't nobody giving you free cigarettes. You can't go get free liquor and shit. You can't even kill yourself for free in the matrix. You think you gonna motherfucking be talking to me for free? Everything has an energy exchange, my nigga. When you realize that, you start winning. You niggas can't even kill yourself for free. You ain't talking to me for free. Fuck wrong with you? Right? Number 2, energy is the currency. Your attention, your focus, your emotions and actions are all energy. The matrix pulls from, guys, your energy is the currency. You got to understand that, chat. Your attention is currency. Right. This live is free. My YouTube is free. My videos is free. I'm giving you hella free shit. When you directly dealing with me personally, it's not gonna be free, nigga. All this free shit you getting from me. So, yo, listen. Energy is the currency in the matrix. Guys, your attention is the currency. How do we know that your attention is the real currency in the matrix? Right? How do you know that your attention is the real currency in the matrix? Because whoever we pay attention to gets the bag. Whoever we watch. If a motherfucker go out here and drop a video and get 2 million views overnight, guess what? He get a stupid bag. You got to understand that your attention is the currency. If you decide to stop, if everybody decide to stop watching the Super Bowl, guess what? The NFL goes out of business. If we wake up today and say, man, we not watching this shit no more. Attention is the currency in the matrix. Your energy is the currency. You want to know why I will never be broke in life again? Because I have harvested so much energy with my content that energetically I'm rich. I'm going to always be able to access this shit. When you realize energy is the currency, you start to protect it. Every comment is energy. Every like is energy. Every view is energy. This is why people with the most views get the bag. Remember that. Your attention is currency. Pay attention. Where you pay attention, energy flows. Only put your attention in the shit that matters for you. Stop paying attention to shit that is fucked up. Pay attention to the ones who, it makes sense. Everything is energy. This shit ain't nothing but energy. Number 3, observe, don't react. A soul must watch the simulation without fully reacting to every loop or trigger. Guys, yeah, they gonna try you. But stop reacting to it. They're gonna try you. Stop reacting to it. Observe. Listen, I could never be in a relationship and feel like I'ma lose. Because I'ma observe you. And when you show me some bullshit, I'ma take notes. I might not finesse your ass right then. I might not leave you right then, but best believe I'm already plotting on you because you showing me some bullshit. Observe, don't react. Take notes. The simulation shows you everything before it happens. The simulation shows you everything before it happens. There's nothing that happens that you didn't know it was going to happen. You knew that girl was a cheater. You done caught her being weird with the phone. You knew that guy was going to hit you. He kept flaring up at you just when you were saying shit. But sometimes, instead of us seeing what we want to see, instead of us seeing what is right in front of us, we're trying to make things be what we want to see them. Observe, don't react. When the simulation shows you what it shows you, just pay attention to it. Right? Non-emotional observer. Observe. This reality is going to show you what you need to see, I promise you. Right? Number 4, frequency dictates reality. This is a big one. Chat, frequency dictates reality. What does this mean? This means you can't be out here thinking that you're going to have an abundant life when you got a scarcity mindset, when you operate in scarcity frequency. It's not going to work. Right? You're not going to have an abundant life and you out here scarce over money. Oh, I can't spend my last $100 off. Right? Fuck that. Spend that. That money gonna come back when you put it out in circulation. Right? You can't be out here looking for real love when all you give people is hate. Come on, man. I'm looking for a wife, man. But you out here doing slime ball shit, finessing niggas, finessing people. That's your frequency. If you want to attract something, embody the frequency. If you want love, give love to the world, and love will find you. I promise you. If you want abundance, tap in with it. Real shit. Frequency dictates reality. The difference between you having a great experience when you go outside and you having a fucked up experience is your frequency. Did you leave the house angry or did you leave the house in peace? Frequency dictates the reality, chat. Number 5, see through the layers. The matrix is multi-layered. Learn to decode illusions, hidden codes, and agendas. Nothing is as it seems. It's sort of like this, right? Your girlfriend tell you she don't like somebody, but every time this nigga come around, she got there, her body language is all crazy and shit, right? See through the layers. Fuck what her mouth say. Look at what she doing. She like him. Learn to see through the layers, chat. A lot of people just probably look at this live and see some random nigga up here talking about the Matrix. But this shit is much deeper than that, right? Number 6, master the observer effect. Let's talk about the observer effect real fast. This is a big one. You have to understand how life works, right? A lot of people don't know this. Guys, the observer effect. Now, this is quantum physics. This has been proven by mainstream science. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is proven by science. A famous experiment called the double slit experiment proved this back in the 1950s. And since then, this experiment has been done multiple times. And this is the real facts. This is how reality operates. Now, the observer effect. I tell you, your attention is everything. All right, out of sight, out of mind. It's a real thing. The observer effect. What does this mean? Right? This is you. Before observation. How do you observe in this reality? You can see, smell, taste, hear, and touch. 5 senses to observe things. All right? Before you observe, waves are spread out over space and time. What are waves? We're talking about particles, electrons, neutrons, sophrons, photons. Right? Atoms. The things that make up all mass and matter in this reality. Before you observe, matter is spread out over space and time, meaning it is not in existence. Your mind changes reality. At the time of observation, particle localized space-time event. When you observe shit, it falls into place. This is why you got to be observant in this reality. Your observation literally creates in the simulation. Master the observer effect. When you focus on shit, people start to do different shit. Pay attention. Stop walking past without making eye contact with your significant other. Walk past her ass and look her dead ass in her soul. Walk past people and look at them. Awareness changes outcomes. The difference between somebody being able to take you out and somebody not being able to is your awareness. If you know that somebody put a hit on you, you gonna move in a way to make it not in a way to make it where you don't get hit. But if you don't know, your ass done. It's like in prison, you see it all the time. Motherfuckers don't know somebody done sent that missile at them. They sitting there, sitting ducks. Next thing you know, you see niggas wiping the floor with a nigga ass. But when a nigga know and he go get ready and he go get them big ass swords, when a motherfucker come trying to do something to him, now he goddamn it, and it ain't going like they thought it was gonna go. Right? Awareness changes outcomes, chat. You gotta tap in with that awareness effect. Right? You gotta tap in with the observer effect. Number 7, recognize NPCs. We just went over ways to know when you're dealing with an NPC. You gotta know that. Number 8, protect your energy. Chat. This is energy. Stop giving this shit out. Stop letting people come around you, borrow food. Stop letting motherfuckers live in your house that ain't putting nothing to it. Stop letting people borrow your car that ain't putting together. Stop letting people borrow shit, period. Protect your energy. Protect your energy. Stop letting people drain you. Some of y'all don't realize. You'll know a motherfucker calling you to cuss you out. A motherfucker calling you to talk shit. But you gonna still answer the phone. That ain't protecting your energy. You gonna know dude came over the house to argue. You gonna still open the door. Protect your energy, man. Number 9, timing is everything. Portals, loops, and cosmic alignments exist. Knowing when to act, shift, and manifest is crucial for maximum effect. Guys, I need you to realize some of you people would have already been rich as hell. Some of you people would have already been rich as hell if you would have took that idea that you had 5 years ago and stuck with it. You right now you'd be rich as shit. Timing is everything. You got to understand your thoughts are outside of you. Your thoughts exist in a field. When you get thoughts to go get some money, when you get thoughts for ideas to do shit, man, you better go do that. That's why you got that thought. A lot of y'all would have been on already if you would have stuck to the business plan that you had. You'd have been on already if you would have stuck to your content creation. Timing is everything. When you get these ideas, go with them and stick with them and watch what happens. Literally. I got an idea to hop on TikTok, and that idea has changed my life. I'm free. I can go anywhere in the world and do what I do. All off an idea that I got in the bathroom one day. I didn't hesitate. I didn't worry about what type of phone I had. I didn't worry about what the fuck I was going to say. I didn't worry about not knowing how to edit videos. I didn't worry about none of that shit. I just hopped on that bitch and did me. And now, look, 3 years later, I'm monetized on YouTube. I'm making money in so many different ways. I'm monetized on Facebook. Shit worked. The idea came to me and I stuck with it. Timing is everything. When you get your ideas, run with it. Number 10, codes and frequencies are tools. The matrix operates in numbers, symbols, and vibrations. Learn to speak the universal language. Guys, this is a big one. All right, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the codes. Shout out to everybody who tuned in for this live. We about to talk about these codes and talk about my books for people who might want to purchase and start winning today, start changing their lives today. Guys, this is my matrix. This is my book, man. We got over 25K sold, and this was like last year, bro. We done did this, but this is my book. It's called Decoding the Matrix. All right, this book gives you all the codes to the matrix, and it teaches you how to use them. If you somebody that's into numbers, if you understand that numbers is everything, man, this book is you. This is what you need. Now, this book is 99% guaranteed to work. Everyone who gets this book always comes back and says, yo, they win. Yo, they win, right? Drop a 111 in the chat if you already got this book and it works for you. If you use this book and it works for you, drop a 111 in the chat, right? It's mad codes in this book. Drop a 1 in the chat, right? Yeah, I see a lot of y'all. Somebody said them books are gold on YouTube. It changed my life. Shout out to everybody dropping them ones in the chat. A lot of y'all got this book already, and it wins. It's only $50. I'm gonna show you how you can get it though. Now, there's 2 ways you can get it, right? This book by itself is $40. You can go click the link in my bio and buy the book separately for $40, or you can pay $50 and get all 4 of my books. But hold on, before you go get this book, I'm going to show you that this stuff works for real. All right? I'm going to show you that it works. Anybody who's in pain, we're going to activate the pain code and get rid of your pain. All right? We're going to activate your pain code. That's my homegirl right there. Tanya, what's up, baby? What's up, my love? We're gonna activate this pain code and get rid of your pain right now. All right. If you're in pain, drop a 1 in the chat. Let's activate this pain code. All right. If you're in pain, drop a 1 in the chat. Let's activate this pain code. All right. Anybody who's dealing with some type of pain right now. All right. I see a lot of y'all dropping ones. All right. All right. So look, there's a lot of people dropping ones. Let's activate it. All right. If you're in pain, what I want you to do, I want you to close your eyes and focus on the pain. Close your eyes. Focus on the pain. Now, I'm going to count to 3. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. We're going to go, universe, give us more power to manifest using these codes. After we say that, we're going to say pain code, and then we're going to repeat this number until the pain leaves your body. 23, 31, 443. We're going to do this for about 1 to 2 minutes. All right, after we say this number for 1 to 2 minutes, when the pain leaves your body, I want you to write no pain in the chat. All right, I want you to write no pain in the chat. Hey, to the people that's in here talking all this shit, trying to get people not to buy my book, like, come on, man. Y'all don't realize by now when y'all be like, don't buy the book and make motherfuckers go get it. All right, let's do it, chat. 1, 2, 3. Universe, give us more power to manifest using this code. Pain code 23, 31, 443. 23, 31, 443. Thank you, Anya. So right now you should be saying this code with me, chat, while you focus on your pain. 23, 31, 443. 23, 31, 443. 23, 31, 44. That's what I'm saying. Niggas go and spend $50 on shit, they kill them. 23, 31, 443. A nigga will go into the tobacco store and buy $50 in backwoods in tobacco shit. 23, 31, 443. Go in the liquor store and buy a $50 bottle of liquor. 23, 31, 443. But then be telling you not to buy some shit that's going to help you. 23, 31, 443. Universe. These codes are now activated. Chat, if you took the pain out your body saying this code, go ahead and write no pain in the chat. What's up, Skin Therapy? How you doing, love? If you took the pain out your body, go ahead and write no pain in the chat. Yo, listen, I'm telling you, man, this book will have you just having shit laying around, bro. Real shit. Just having random money just laying around type shit. A lot of y'all writing no pain in the chat. I'm not up here capping to y'all, man. Right? Nikki, if you still in pain, keep saying the code. A lot of y'all writing no pain in the chat, man. Listen, let's talk about how you can get these books. The codes are the GOAT. I already know, chat. Don't say nothing to them. Listen, I've been living my life with this shit. Not only have these codes helped me change my life as far as my finances, but these codes have saved my life in times where my life was on the line. Nigga, I was dead. And I knew some codes. All I knew was the codes, nigga, and them shits helped me get through. All right, chat, this is the book, Decoding the Matrix. Now, there's 2 ways you can get it. All right, this book has all the codes. Let me show y'all. This book has all the codes in it, right? Hundreds of codes, and it tells you how to activate the codes, right? This is how the book looks. It's very professional. It is not bullshit. It's real. It teaches you all the ways, and then it gives you hella codes. It's hella codes in this book, man. Codes for everything, right? Just to give you some understanding, we got attract, manifest love, attract, manifest wealth and money. These are categories, all right? Financial abundance, manifest healing, optimum physical health. These are categories that's in the book. Manifest positive mental health, cultivate positive mindset. These are all codes that you're going to get, right? And it's hella codes in this book, chat. The best thing about the book, it tells you 4 different ways to manifest it. Now, you can purchase this book by itself for only $40 if you want to click the link in my bio to buy it. But if you go with the link, you can't get all 4 of my books for $50. Now, if you want to get the deal where you get all 4 of the books for $50, right? This is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get this book right here as well. All right, this is called Accessing the Akashic Records. This book is going to teach you how to tap in with the Akash. So if you somebody that want to tap in with this esoteric knowledge like I did, or just tap in and be able to channel messages, you need this book. It gives you my technique on how I tap in with the Akashic Record. Also, you're going to receive this book if you want to do the $50 way, right? You're going to receive this book. This book right here is going to show you how to activate your chakras. All right. How to activate your spiritual gifts for anybody that's being attacked with frequency weapons or things like that. This book is going to teach you how to activate your chakras with the use of nature by going outside, grounding, sun gazing, moon gazing, and going to the ocean. It's going to give you that technique. All right. And then another book that you're going to receive is this book right here as well for anybody in a honey trap situation or dealing with toxic relationship. 3 love spells that'll bring them back or make you go. These are I come from a Cuban and Nigerian background. These are love spells that my grandma, these some shit that she taught me, all right, back in the day, that I've used to help me out of thick situations dealing with love and toxic shit. All right. So anybody who is in a situation right there, I put that up and I bottle that up there for y'all. So if you $50 ready and you want to get that $50 deal, how you do it? You do it over right now. You must be $50 ready now. And how this works, if you're in a country outside of the United States, meaning Europe, Canada, Australia, somewhere like that, you can use PayPal and Revolut. If you're in the United States and you want to do the all 4 for 50, which is like you're saving like $100 because this is like $150 value that you get for 50, right? These are ebooks. They coming directly to your email right now. All right. You can use Cash App, Venmo, Chime, Revolut, PayPal, or Zelle. All right. How this go? If you want to do the $50 and you $50 ready now, I'm gonna send you the books email. I don't leave until everybody get their book. All right. So you drop a 1 in the chat if you want to do the $50 way and you want to get it. Drop a 1 in the chat. If you just want to go get the books by yourself, just go click the link in my bio. All right. So if you want to get these books right now and you $50 ready, drop a 1. Cortez, I got you, bro. Send me a DM with what payment method you want to use, Cortez. Moo, I just followed you. Send me a payment method, with the way you want to use. Gabriel Workshop. Send me a payment method. Matthew Ning. Send me a payment method. DM me. All right. Yes, there is a code for all of that to lose weight and everything. I got you, Cortez. I'm DMing you now, brother. So yeah, this is how this works, chat. I'm going to DM you now, give you the payment method. You send it. Once I get it, I'm go to my emails, send you the book. You confirm in the chat that you received it. I do not leave. YouTube, if you want to grab the books, drop a 1 in the chat. I'm going to help y'all on YouTube. All right, Desiree, send me your payment method. All right, Cortez, I just DM'd you. Desiree, I'm DMing you now. Chat, if you don't want to do these payment methods, you can simply click the link in the bio and you can go purchase all these books. They're literally on my store. All right, for those who want to do it like that. Matthew, I'm DMing you now. And it's going to come directly to you. You can use your credit card. But for those who want to get all 4 for 50, I'm sending y'all messages. Moo, check your DMs, check your messages. It ain't no hard copy, man. If you want a hard copy, print that bitch out yourself. Y'all acting like the difference, y'all acting like a hard copy gonna make the book work better or some shit. It's a fucking book. It's the same shit, whether it's hard, soft, red, purple. It's a book. What the fuck a hard copy gonna do for you? Print that bitch out. The fuck? Fuck would I be out here Going to the store, post office, sending out hard copy books when I could just email you the book. That shit gonna cost me money. I'm not in it to cost myself money. I'm in it to make some money. I ain't trying to. Why I'm gonna make this shit difficult for me? My books all in fucking Europe, motherfucking Africa, motherfucking Ethiopia, motherfucking everywhere. Because they ebooks. Yo, if there ain't nobody that's trying to get